Okay, since we've talked so much about how to deal with marijuana possession cases of late, I figured it might help to know what's happening with them. So here we're looking at cases this year where there is exactly one charge. It's marijuana possession either over or under 20 grams. And what I'm seeing is that we really are pursuing most of them. We're filing 95% of these cases.
Yeah, I see that. And really, we're not dismissing that many cases either. 5.9% of them total.
So really, we're either diverting them or trying to get a conviction.
Definitely more conviction. About 75% of the cases end in plea or go trial. There's not that much diversion happening after filing, considering these are all cases with just one marijuana possession charge. About 17% of all filed cases get diverted.
I wonder if it's because these defendants have prior convictions and aren't eligible? More of the defendants who don't have any priors are probably getting diverted. Maybe we can ask Mike in IT. What else are you seeing?
Now, I'm not really seeing too many big differences between racial groups, like at filing. 96% of whites are getting their cases filed, and the number of blacks and Hispanics are 94.6 and 94.7. The numbers by race aren't that different for charge changes either. It seems like on the whole, we're processing them, they're pretty much the same.
Except for those diversions again. Look, our white defendants are diverted almost twice as often as blacks and Hispanics. 23% of them get diverted, compared to 12% of blacks and 14% of Hispanics.
That might be because of the eligibility differences too. Whites probably don't have as many prior convictions, so they're more often eligible.
We can ask that as well. Do black and Hispanic marijuana possession defendants have more prior convictions?
And I'm also wondering whether there are still disparities amongst defendants with the same number of priors. So take all the defendants without any prior convictions, for instance. Eligibility probably wouldn't differ as much. Are there still disparities amongst those defendants without any priors?
That's interesting. So we've got two questions for our IT. Let me write them down. I'll talk to Mike when I get a chance. How often are marijuana possession defendants without any prior convictions getting diverted? And how different are prior records for blacks, whites, Hispanics? And if we're only looking at people with no records, are whites more likely to get diverted?
Sounds good. Let me know what you find out.
Hey, Mike, I was wondering if you could help us out with some stats. We're looking at simple marijuana possession cases.
Sure, stats. That's new. Sure, I can help you out. Let me check this out. This makes sense. I just have two questions.
Sure.
First, do you want me to pull out all the cases that involve marijuana possession charges? Because we get a lot of cases where possession is secondary.
Just the cases where marijuana possession is the only charge.
Okay. Second, what time frame for these cases? Do you want it past 6 months? Do you want it past year?
Let's do all the cases disposed in 2020.
Okay, that works. Do you want me to break it down by month also?
No, that's okay. I think we only need the just total numbers for now.
Okay. Well, I can have that to you by the end of the day.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Should know something by the end of the day at least.
Yeah. I got those numbers back from IT.
Okay, great. Let's see what's going on.
Well, first off, we're diverting about 29% of marijuana possession cases for defendants who don't have any priors.
Really? I thought the numbers would have been higher than that.
Maybe we're not always offering it, but not everyone who gets offered diversion will take it either. Some people don't want to pay the fees and spend the year doing it, especially when the judge offers them just court costs for a plea.
That's true. What about the race differences in diversion? We thought those might be because differences in criminal histories.
Yeah, blacks in particular have way more prior convictions than whites and Hispanics. They have 4.7 prior convictions on average, but whites only have 2.2 and Hispanics only 1.7. So that could be what's driving the difference between the blacks and the whites.
Makes sense. What about when we focus only on the defendants with no priors?
Yeah, some of it is still there, especially for whites compared to Hispanics. 33% of white defendants with no priors get diverted, but only 21% of Hispanics with no priors do.
Maybe blacks and Hispanics aren't accepting our offers as much then.
I'm not sure. Let's ask IT if they can give us that information too.
I don't think that gets recorded in the case management system. The state attorney has talked about collecting more data, so this is something to consider.
Agreed. We definitely want to divert more cases, especially nonviolent cases. So it looks like this might be a good thing to bring up at the next executive team meeting.
Fine by me. The state attorney is gonna love that we actually have some data to show.
Right?